Okay. Hi, welcome to today's XR Morning News, and I will going to share with you some news I saw this morning. Okay, so let's take a look. Mm, mm, okay. Oh, okay, cool. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's take a look of I would say more like hardware stuff. Okay, so hold on a second. Mm, Okay, so let's take a look. This news is from, oh, there are so many ads. Let me close it. Okay, so the first one is on the patentlyapple.com, PATENTLY apple.com. So in this on this site, there's a news called the title is Apple reveals thermal touch technology for a future AR interface that could amazingly transform any surface into a touch screen. Wow, this is pretty cool. Yeah, for example, if imagine anything can be a touch screen, um, beyond your, beyond the keyboard, that would be pretty cool. So let's see. So you see, there's a thermal camera, and then pattern. Yeah, so you can see, yeah, there are some pretty cool thermographic camera here, and then on a device. So pretty much you can wear, like Apple glass, right? The device, and then on top of that glass, there's a thermal camera, and pretty much let's take a look. Ooh, they have introducing thermal touch. Okay, so in this article, let me see. This article, it says back in June 2015, patently Apple post a report titled Apple acquire Mateo, creator of Thermal Touch. It's a new augmented reality interface for wearables. Um, Metaio, I think Metaio. Um, One of the material greatest inventions that Apple has acquired relates to thermal touch, which is a vision of the near future of wearable computing user interface. That's very interesting because, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty new technology. Haven't really heard of that. By fusing information from an infrared and standard camera, nearly any surface can be transformed into a touch screen. Wow. Okay, so that's the technology is possibly intended for use with Apple's future head-mounted display. Okay, so Apple, we all know that Apple is going to launch their AR glass, but it seems like they keep postponing. It seems like next year they are going to launch, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but so the technology is possibly intended for use. Okay, so the AR glass, right? And make use of the fact that touching and objects heated up slightly and provides a thermal signature. When combined with overlaid information in display, it allows everyday object to become controls or for controls to be overlaid on the surface. Wow. Okay. So let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Thomas, CEO and
Use the computer speaker.
Co-founder of the state. In the last 2 years, we've seen that head-worn devices are coming to the marketplace. What has been unsolved, though, is how are we interacting with these head-worn devices. This is why Mateo has invented the thermal touch technology, which makes any physical object around you a touchable object. So literally, the world becomes a touchscreen.
Oh, the world becomes touchscreen. That's very interesting.
you use your hands, you can interact with the digital content in any environment.
We created a prototype based on a tablet PC that includes a visible light camera and a thermographic camera. In the future, we assume that there will be head-mounted displays of wearable computers comprising those two cameras. A thermal image provides the pixel-wise temperature of the captured environment. The approach we use to detect touches is based on detection of the thermal energy a surface of an object emits after it has been touched and thereby heated up locally. One very nice feature of thermal touch is that it can clearly distinguish if a surface has actually been touched or if a finger only approached it without any physical contact and hence significantly less heat transfer. The field of possible applications for thermal touch is wide. There are many more ways to combine thermal touch for natural interfaces with more modalities, for instance speech input, in the future.
We truly believe that computer vision and augmented reality will change the way we interact with digital information.
Wow, so pretty much thermal touch is that through the camera it can detect the heat map of the any surface. So by doing that, it can trigger or it can trigger some some interactions. So I think this is pretty cool. But imagine if you don't have heat in your body, you probably cannot use it. For example, like if you are a robot, you probably cannot use it. So yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, so pretty much it used the heat map. And I think heat map is great because, it's more accurate when doing the touch design in 3D space. But sometimes, in 3D space, it's really hard to define the space touch. So using thermal touch will solve this problem. Okay, cool, very cool. So so this is the first news, and the second news is Nitanic CEO shares tester image of AR glasses device. Okay, so so Nitanic, so it's Pokemon Go, and I think they have another app which is related to Harry Potter, that one. So yeah, they had a lot of really cool AR games launched. Okay, so let's take a look. This article is on TechCrunch.com and written by Brian Heater and Lucas Mattany. So the title is Nitanic CEO shares shares teaser image of AR glasses device. Okay, so so pretty much CEO of Pokemon Go developer teased that what could be a first-party head-mounted wearable as company makes a more aggressive push into augmented reality. Okay, so before they create a lot of contents, the mobile phone. Now they are going to create a hardware. Okay, so before I remember that Pokemon Go or Nitanic, they even released their API or their software for location-based game design. So you can pretty much share their data and create something location-based on Nitanic software or some already existing programs. So so you can pretty much integrate. Now it's really exciting to see the progress they are making to enable new kinds of device that leverage the platform. Wow! So imagine Nitanic, they create their own platform and play. You can play their game uniquely, exclusively in their platform, which is very cool because the experience will be really customized. So Nitanic has been a fairly active investor in augmented reality hardware space. So there is also a possibility that they've done a branding partnership with the startup on the project. Okay, so let's see. You can see like their CEO reveal the pictures of wearable device for Nintendo. Okay, so um, they say we are on an ambitious mission to turn the world into an augmented reality canvas, which games and other applications can paint on top of. So wow, so the future is fully realized on AR head-mounted display. Nitanic engineering team is seeking an operational leader to oversee the engineering direction to help build an AR operating system for HMD and enable applications for millions of Nitanic players. Okay, so yeah, so this is a very, very exciting news because imagine the game is so customized and, because when you develop some other device, some features need to be sacrificed. But if you not only create your software, but also create your hardware, I think that will be super, very customized. So, yeah, so um, yeah, part of the activity might ultimately be defined by a broader AR hardware ecosystem. And as Apple and Facebook compete to release their own device, I would imagine that there is some concern among players like Nintendo that those early devices will focus on first party software initially and leave for fewer platform opportunities for third parties. Wow. So pretty much monopoly, right? So they can pretty much do everything and then people just jump in and play all day. That's great. Okay, so let's see. The third one is still the on the news TechCrunch.com. Okay, so the article is written by Mike Butcher. The title is After its near-death experience, AR pioneer Blip Aeon is back. uh, Blip AR or Blipper is back with 5 million in funding and a B2B model. Okay, so augmented reality pioneer Blip AR has which has had a uh, torturous history after early investors pulled out. The company had to scramble for a new backers. Okay, so um, pretty much this company got another. I remember a few years ago, I think this company was almost dying, but right now they came back with 5 million foundings. So yeah, which is great. So yeah, so you can see that they want to do more like B2B. The new investors join existing shareholder Candy Ventures, um, a multi-stage investment firm founded by British property entrepreneur Nick Candy, who came to Bleeper's rescue. This new entity acquires the company's assets in a patent sale and managed to keep Sander and Barish Mitra, although he is now acting as the company's CPO, Chief Product Office. At his height, Blink AR burned through 130 million in funding, claiming 1.5 billion valuation and tried to crack the consumer AR market. Okay, so they are doing B2B. What's B2B? Pretty much you can see like this say this screen. So pretty much they do um, like they work on other people's work, right? They work on other brands and then launch on their on their platform. So yeah, so let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at the demo. Okay, so enter the year of birth. Okay, so we start playing. Oh, you can choose which one you want. Okay. Yeah, I think you need to scan, the floor first, and then start to play. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so you need to shoot that. That's really interesting. Okay, so Dr. Bigger. So pretty much you use football and then kind of grab the ball and shoot the cane. Yeah. So and then within a certain within limited minutes, you have to complete. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, pretty nice. And another one is BNW's. Okay, so this is IBB ibonline.com. So IBBONILINE.com. So on this site, they wrote a news. Yeah, so the title is BMW steps into the world of AR for launch of first ever virtual viewer. Okay, so you can see you can pretty much view BMW's newest car in virtual viewer. Okay, so let me see. So okay, so BMW is launching the car brand's first augmented reality tool in the UK, the BMW Future Virtual Viewer. So okay, so during the pandemic, BMW showrooms across the UK have had to close for the first time in history. So BMW wanted to create a new way for potential customers to explore the BMW range, select and customize a model, and challenging misconceptions around BMW plug-in hybrids. Okay, so the BMW virtual viewer is a result, a step change in the digital station of the customer's experience. It's completely accessible. Anyone can enjoy the viewer via a mobile web browser with no need to download an app. Wow. So, okay, so pretty much you can view this in a web browser. You don't have to download any app in order to view it. Okay, so let's take a look of the video and see how it works. Okay, so in a way that you can pretty much interact it. So the BMW Virtual Viewer is the first experience of its kind to offer hands-free voice navigation. Oh, okay. So if you are talking about car hands-free voice navigation, it has a lot of things to consider because right now I'm pretty much preparing my next course, which is NUI Natural User Interface. I did some study about VUI voice user interface. And as for car, there are so many things to accomplish. For example, like in a car, you probably have some passengers, right? So the voice navigation needs to be smart enough to know who is talking and who is commanding, and whether this is a valuable commanding or not. For example, like yeah, there are a lot of things to challenge it. And also, for example, like if you say something, is your watch need to listen, or your phone need to listen, or your car need to listen? So yeah, so there are so many stuff to to work on, and especially for car navigation, hands-free voice navigation. This, like the conversation needs to be designed really carefully because as for a car voice user interface is really different from the from something like Alexa or the smart Google Smart Home. Okay, simply by talking to BMW chatbot, users can explore every aspect of experience. Ask questions about PHEV, range, or electric hybrid driving, and put themselves to the test with a few platform quiz. It's almost like a voice activate BMW intelligent personal assistant in a real BMW. Wow, this is pretty cool. It's like Alexa inside BMW, right? And you can all you need to do is talk. You don't need a script anymore. But I think for some feedback, for example, like you want to do some search, right? And it shows some options, a lot of different options. It might require some visuals to help you to, understand and pick. It's quicker. But otherwise, if there is only just ask, request and come in and, giving the result, I think it should be fine. So yeah, so I think I'm pretty excited to see the virtual room, the BMW virtual viewer, and also I'm really excited to see VUI voice user interface is going to apply to the future car. Okay, so let's take a look of the next news. It's TechRadar.com, TechRadar.com. Okay, so in this news, it was written by Olivia Tembley. Okay, so the the header of the article is called "Can VR Concerts Save the Music Industry Brought to Its Knees by COVID-19? See your favorite DJ play virtually in an alien world." Wow, this is pretty cool. So, ever wanted to travel to an alien world on a virtual spaceship to see Davey Guta's avatar DJing your own personal concert? Well, now you can, thanks to the new VR experience called Sensorum Galaxy, a multi-user social virtual reality platform where users are transported to virtual alien worlds to watch their favorite DJ in concert. Okay, so available on the most popular VR headset brands and PC, Sensorium Galaxy isn't just about seeing DJs at the decks. According to the company, is an evolution of social networking, letting users immerse themselves in exciting new worlds to get together with their loved ones, meet new people, and take part of the unique virtual activities. So wow, so yeah, so it's pretty cool. So let's take a look of the video. Mhm. Oh, okay. So I think this is advertising. Okay, so um, okay, so all abroad, the virtual starship. So how does it work? Explains that if you are a VR user, you put the HMD head-mounted display and you enter the virtual world. The first location is abroad, your personal cabin, which we call starship. Ooh. Is general lobby area for users to gather together and meet new people, meet with friends, and from there to go all the different worlds. Wow. I mean, I remember last year I had an idea which I want to turn AR as a holodeck, which means that you have you have some main games in one app, which developed in Unity, and then you use Web AR to link to other virtual space similar to holodeck. And I think this idea is similar to what I thought last year, which is very cool. So yeah, so they are able to support a natural flowing conversation with the user. So those virtual beings are become your companions in the virtual travel across the sensorian galaxy. So you can see a lot of really cool, you know, world setup similar to Ready Player One, but you know, more focusing on music part. So yeah, no limitations. Live music is just one of the industry that has suffered as the result of COVID-19 pandemic over last year, with festivals, tours, and gigs canceled across the world, right? So right now we are using Zooms and uh, some other or Google Hangout to do all the meetings. And now that's it. So pretty much you can use Oculus, PlayStation VR, HTC Vive, and enjoy your virtual concert. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, so let's see this one. This one is the next one will be techstory.in. So let's see the title. The title is called Incorporate of AR and VR in Education Industry. Okay, so let's take a look.
My name is Lance Teasley. I'm in middle school in Eagle Grove, Iowa. Eagle Grove is not a very tall place. It's actually very flat. This is the tallest building on Main Street. It is about 50 feet tall. When I grew up, I want to be an architect and design skyscrapers. Yesterday at school, we went on a class trip, but this was not a normal trip with buses. This was something very different. The very first expedition we went on was to the Burj Khalifa.
Go ahead and grab 2 hands and put them up to your face.
It's so tall.
Hey, we're going to go to the 153rd floor.
Okay, so pretty much it is talking about VR in education. So AR, VR right now is they are going to be implemented into education areas. For example, like right now you can see through the from the videos, a kid take Google Cardboard and put, you need to insert your smartphone and you can see skyscrapers in other cities. So people feel excited. Yeah, so I would say that Google is working on how to implement, AR, VR learning into schools. Right now, when I see it, it's still, in a Google Cardboard, but I think in the future, probably headsets will be, once the headsets becomes much cheaper and much mature with the integration of 5G, I think kids probably can get some good headsets for education, for learning in their class. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.